From television and internet, you had heard about woolly mammoth. Woolly mammoth was a very giant elephant that lived in our past. Woolly mammoth had very long tusks and very huge body. For that, there had very few animals that can beat them. So why they gone extinct? In this video, I'll talk about this. Woolly mammoth lived during Ice Age, mean 11,000 years ago. Stiff mammoth was the eldest species of mammoth that lived around 1.8 million to 2 lakh years ago. Woolly mammoth began to diverge from stiff mammoth about 8 lakh years ago from East Asia. Its closest relative is the Asian elephant. DNA studies show that Columbian mammoth was a hybrid between woolly mammoth and other species come from stiff mammoth. Scientists discovered frozen dead body of mammoth in Siberia and Alaska, as well as skeleton teeth and drawing in prehistoric cave painting. From those discoveries, we know very well about the appearance and behavior of this species. Mammoth remains had long been known in Asia before they became known to Europe in 17th century. The origin of these remains was a long matter of debate and often explained as being remains of legendary creatures. The woolly mammoth was the roughly same size as modern African elephant. Males reached soldier height between 2.7 to 3.4 meter and weighed up to 6 metric ton. Female reached 2.6 to 2.9 meter soldier height and weighed up to 4 metric ton. A newborn calf weighed about 90 kg. Woolly mammoth lived during Ice Age, so how they were survived in that cold? Woolly mammoth was covered in fur, with outer covering of long hair and shorter undercoat. The ear and tail were short to minimize forced beat and heat loss. It had long curved tusks. It used its tusks for manipulating objects and fighting and foraging. Remains of various extinct elephants were known by Europeans for centuries, but were generally interpreted based on Babylonian accounts as the remains of legendary creatures such as behemoths or giants. There had also some people's thoughts to be remains of modern elephant that had been brought to Europe. The first woolly mammoth remains studied by European scientist Hans Soloni in 1728, and he collected fossils, teeth and tusks from Siberia. Soloni was the first to recognize that the remains belongs to elephant. So why these elephant fossils were found in a cold area like Siberia? Because elephant is a tropical animal. Solani told that they had been buried during the Great Flood and that Siberia had previously been tropical before a drastic climate change. Others interpreted Solani's conclusion slightly differently, arguing that the flood had carried elephants from tropics to Antarctic. So who is the first to recognize that this is an entirely new species? In 1996, French biologist Georges Cuvier was the first to discover that the remains that is found in Siberia and Alaska is not from a modern elephant transported to Antarctica, but this remains is from an entirely new species. He argued that this had gone extinct and no longer exists. This concept was not widely accepted at that time, but now we know that this concept is completely true. Woolly mammoth population disappeared with most of the large animals, including Columbian mammoth, during the late Pleistocene. This woolly mammoth extinction event formed part of a quaternary extinction event which began 14,000 years ago and peaked between 14 to 11,000 years ago. So what caused woolly mammoth to extinct? Scientists are divided over whether hunting or climate change, which lead to the shrinkage of its habitation, which was the main factor that contributed to the extinction of the woolly mammoth, or whether this extinction event is due to the combination of two. Different woolly mammoth population did not die out simultaneously across their range, but gradually became extinct over time. Most population disappeared between 14,000 to 10,000 years ago. The youngest fossils of woolly mammoth are from Siberia and date to 9,650 years ago. DNA study of two mammoths, one from 44,000 years ago from Siberia and one from Virgil Island 4,300 years ago. This study indicates two major population crushes. One population crush happened around 280,000 years ago, which the population recovered, and second about 12,000 years ago near the Ice Age end. from which this population did not recover. The Virgil Island mammoth were isolated for 5,000 years ago by rising post-ice age sea level. Before the extinction, the Virgil Island mammoth had accumulated numerous genetic defects due to their smaller population, in particular a number of genes for olfactory receptors and urinary protein become non-functionable, possibly because they have lost their selective value on the island environment. It is not clear why these genetic changes contribute to their extinction. It has been proposed that these genetic changes are related with the concept of genetic meltdown. And genetic meltdown is a harmful mutation in a small population which leads to loss of fitness and decline of the population size. However, the disappearance of a apparently stable population may be more related with a catastrophic event, possibly related to the climate change or a human hunting expedition. The disappearance of woolly mammoth happened when humans came on that island. The woolly mammoth of eastern Beringa had similar death about 13,300 years ago, soon after the first appearance of humans in that area. Mammoth of St. Paul Island died out before human arrival. St. Paul mammoth died out because of habitation shrinkage from the post-ice age sea level rising and reduction in fresh water supply. Climate change destroyed 77 lakh km square mammoth habitation in 7 lakh years ago and 8 lakh km square in 6,000 years ago. For those reasons, mammoth population become decline, and human likely hunted the remains population to extinction at the end of last glacial period. You will be shocked hearing that the decline of woolly mammoth could have increased temperature by up to 0.2 degrees centigrade at high latitude in the northern hemisphere. Mammoth ate beech trees, creating a grassland habitat. With the disappearance of mammoth, beech forest, which absorbed more sunlight than grassland, expanded, leading to regional warming. Several researches are happening for the revival of the woolly mammoth, and one day in the future we will see the woolly mammoth in real. This for today. We will meet next time with a new interesting video. Please subscribe, share and like my video.